Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing today? Everybody's doing great. Everybody's doing fine. Everybody's doing dandy. How's everybody doing this morning? For real, though. Good, good. Sounds good. I'm just talking to myself right now, but that's okay. That's okay. All right, guys. There's really two stocks so far on my watch list today. There's many others out there, but specifically, so far, I'm comfortable following two stocks right now, which are AMD and Restoration Hardware. Restoration Hardware had earnings after hours. They gapped up about $30, probably only up, let's see, $23 per share right now. So going to be following Restoration Hardware closely. I'm feeling good, Tesla. I'm feeling good, man. So going to be following Restoration Hardware after their earnings, good earnings, that is. And then I'll be following AMD as well, and then we'll have some time to maybe look at a few other stocks here this morning as well. All right, so just going to be going over those few and then see what else we got moving. All right, 1 second. What's up? All right, let's get into it. All right, so I'm gonna start sharing the screen for you guys here. So we'll start here with AMD. I'm already currently short AMD this morning with 1,000 shares. So average is 23.46, down $80 currently. So we'll get that out of the way. So AMD is first one on my watch. Ideally watching it short, hopefully down to like 2280s, 2265. We had a gap down. So far it's kind of holding right around its gap price. It broke over it slightly here. So the gap down or the gap fill from overnight would be 2352. We have kind of hit that. We're starting to kind of pull back around that area. So following AMD, right? If you look at the 180-day chart, you would see that AMD ran right up into some major resistance yesterday and then started gapping down, right? This major resistance comes into play right just below 24, literally right at 23.75. We had this tap and bounce, we had that tap and bounce, and then eventually we broke down. So right now we have ran up into that resistance. The only thing I'm not crazy about is the way the 4-hour chart looks. As you can see, the 4-hour chart looks pretty strong. We had the move up, a gap down, and then the last couple hours of AMD have been pretty strong in terms of going up. So right now, kind of just risking on short right now above the previous high here around 23.75. So currently short AMD, going to be following it short after AMD has had a stretch of pretty good days. I do believe this could be we're at the top of this move, and today might be the first day we get a downwards move on AMD for the past kind of couple days. Well, we've had a few washouts, but basically looking for something like that early in the morning, a washout on AMD currently. All right. So again, right, AMD, it's been running up, kind of running into some resistance, opened up a short position. Going to see if we get this thing to start fading out today. All right. What software am I using? It is Think or Swim, powered by TD Ameritrade. All right. All right. Next one on the list that I'll be watching is Restoration Hardware. All right. Restoration Hardware, massive earnings winner from yesterday. They actually, I didn't even read it, so I'd be lying if I told you it's a massive earnings win, but based on the way it looks, I could only assume so. Yeah, they had a pretty strong earnings report. So you can see the price has gone up dramatically from 123 to a high of 153. It's slightly sold off a little bit. So normally I would like to be long bias on something like this, but recently in this market, we've seen a lot of our good earnings winners sell off pretty hard. So I'm actually going to follow it. I really actually want to see it short. But I'll trade it long bias if I get the setup long. But we have seen a lot of these stocks recently in the current market with earnings like this sell off dramatically, even on raised guidance, even on revenue, earnings beat, all the stars aligning, and their earnings still sells off. So, what to make of it, I couldn't really tell you. But if you look at, let's say like a daily chart here, or no, that's wrong. Look at a 4-hour chart on Restoration Hardware. You will see that it's had a massive move up right into the previous high levels. So it's not at the highs, but it's very close to. And I think we'll probably see Restoration Hardware have some type of sell-off or an early morning wash. So what I'm looking for here is basically for Restoration Hardware to fail, and then we have a nice short early in the morning out of the gates on it. The only thing that's iffy about Restoration Hardware is its current high from after hours is 153. The price here is 147. So to get in short out of the gates, you don't really have any, you could be risking up to previous highs, but that's too far. So really you could only risk, maybe this 149, 150, kind of this like resistance that built up pre-market. So going to be following Restoration Hardware short here today. If it doesn't go short, honestly, what's it even matter? Doesn't really matter at all. But I just see that there's a lot of opportunity and a lot of value that it could come down on the short side here. Okay. All right, Mr. Levy, good to know, bud. Good to know. Glad you're tuning in. Short the king of Netflix. Restoration Hardware, unless that's recent, I'm not quite sure. Let's see. Maybe Restoration Hardware doesn't have shares as short. It's not showing that it's ETB or hard to borrow. So we'll see. If I can't short it, I can't short it. But most of the time, I'm usually able to short Restoration Hardware. All right. So definitely following Restoration Hardware closely today. I recommend you guys to do the same. All right. I'll take a look at Netflix real fast. So Netflix had a pretty good sell-off. Netflix yesterday got hit with news that Netflix said they are no closer to entering the Chinese market or the China market than they were last year. So they said there's really been, from what it sounds like, there's really been no progress made in terms of Netflix getting into China, and you can see it kind of had their sell-off yesterday. Okay, so looking at the yearly chart, 180-day, it had its move up, it had its first down day. So now I would most likely start following. I would start following Netflix short again, because it had its bounce and now it's kind of seeing some red, starting to pull back. So maybe look for a lower high. Look for it to bounce up today, maybe fail and enter in short. But now I would say is probably a better time to start looking at AMD short. The market's starting to pull back a little bit. So I think all around AMD is something you should start following short bias. All right. I will talk about NVLN just because everyone's looking at NVLN. For me, I won't trade NVLN. I don't see any value really here. I don't really think it's all that great. So I know they got some news, right? Or no, they don't. Maybe they got some news elsewhere, but I wasn't able to find some. So yeah, let me go over this one more time. So NVLN, I don't see a whole ton of value in it. If you look at a 180-day chart, you can see it's kind of up towards these previous pop levels. So there might be a little bit of money to be made on NVLN today, but I don't see a whole lot, as it kind of looks like it made its move pre-market. So what I could say here is there'll probably be some early morning pop, up, but I really don't like NVLN. If I had to say, anything about, I'd say there's probably something else better to trade out there today than NVLN. Again, there might be some 20, 30 cent moves, but all in all, I don't see this as your bread and butter on the day. Meeting with TradeNet, it went well, so yeah, it went pretty good. Just talked to Mayor, talked about him about a few things. Didn't really change my mind about the situation. Just, is what it is. How do you deal with a large spread on stocks that are bigger. You can use limit orders, or you reduce the amount of shares that you purchase. Because if you go in really heavy share size with a stock that has a really big spread, then you can instantly be down or instantly be up dramatically because of the spread. So if you don't size accordingly, you'll either, lose really big. So that's just it. Big spreads, you take less share size, you try and work with limit orders. That's really your way of combating big spreads. Dustin, yeah. So for anybody who has any questions, regarding TradeNet, go view Patrick Whelan's YouTube channel. He's made videos about them and different videos. So if you want more context on TradeNet, definitely view Patrick Whelan's YouTube video and some of his recent videos regarding TradeNet. Paul, yeah, I am from the Midwest. I have gotten that a lot, right? A lot of people have said I'm pretty down to earth, pretty outgoing guy, and then they always ask me if I'm from the Midwest, and yes, sir, I am from the Midwest. And again, right, guys, my channel is not here to bash TradeNet or anything. Like I said, you can go to Patrick Whelan's. He's got plenty of info on them, so that's where you can go to view that. But anyways, with that being said, NVLN, I don't really see a whole lot of potential in NVLN. I could be wrong, but it just doesn't look like something I'm super interested in trading, right? I mean, it gapped up. It just doesn't have that appearance of something I want to trade today. So for some of you, this might be exactly what you want to trade. Just know that it's got a pre-market high of like 185. It's got a low of 190. So, from where it's at currently to its pre-market high, your profit potential or range to make money is only 30 cents. So from where it's at currently to its highs, at its very low to very high, you have an opportunity to make about 30 cents per share profit. I will discuss CRON very fast. CRON is the stock yesterday that exploded because CGC exploded, and then CRON got some news with Marlboro, and then everything went nuts, and yada, yada, yada. So now today, everybody's got FOMO. Everybody that's asked about CRON is realistically just got FOMO right now. And that's a thing, guys. Think about it. A lot of people might say no to that, but it's true, right? If you're asking about, not necessarily, not entirely, but a lot of times what happens is somebody sees a stock like CRON go crazy yesterday, and then they go, oh, well, it can totally go crazy tomorrow, or look what it did yesterday, it's going to go nuts today, I'm going to trade. So what they're doing is they really got FOMO off of the move that happened yesterday, and now they're hoping for something similar the next day when it's most likely not to happen. Realistically, I think we'll probably see an attempt to short CRON. I think we're going to see a lot of sellers coming in CRON. So the only thing I see potential-wise for a good long is a short squeeze today on CRON. I think we'll probably see a lot of shorts come in, pile in, try and hammer it down, and if they don't win the battle, then they'll all squeeze out. So first, I would say watch for CRON to sell off out of anything. Food bar. So yeah, someone asked about NBEV. Same thing here. NBEV, pretty. I don't see a whole lot here. Well, here's the thing: is it's just flatlining. It's just going sideways. So if it's just going sideways, then it's most likely going to move up or down, right? It's got to move one way after consolidation like this. But here's the thing: like I stated the other day, NBEV already skyrocketed right into the $6 resistance and sold off. So for me, there's nothing on NBEV that makes me want to trade it. It needs to do something first, right? that's just it. There's right now it's just consolidating back and forth sideways. So there's no pattern. There's really nothing that I can go based off of that would make me like it. And right now it needs to make a move. It either has to shoot up or it has to shoot down in order to give any opportunity. So for right now on NBEV, I would particularly be neutral on the stock. LEVB. This must have just kind of happened. Oh no, let's see what time that happened at. Let's see, 8:30. It has spiked before. That was on 5 million shares. That one was on 8 million shares. And today we have 100,000. LEVB is at major resistance. This $5.50 level is where it would need to break to skyrocket. So what's going to happen here with the LEVB is most likely the move will happen pre-market, and then once market opens, it will dump or it won't be good. So if you're going to make any money here long bias on LEVB, it's probably going to have to be during pre-market trading. Otherwise, otherwise I don't see too much on that. Yeah, so I think LEVB might not be bad for like a pre-market trade, but I probably won't mess with that once market opens. Mike, as of right now, we don't do anything live in person. That might be something we do later on in the future, but as of right now, it's not something we currently do. We don't offer any one-time fee for membership. It's something we thought about doing. One of my buddies said that we should make a lifetime pass. So it's something that I've thought about doing, but haven't put too much thought into it. So I've thought about it, but not hard. So that might be something we do in the future. I've never looked into Light Group. I've heard of them. Many people have asked me about them, but it's not somebody I've looked into specifically, so I don't know personally, but it's something I will know eventually when I get around to looking into them. I normally go to California at least once per year, and I might be going in like a couple weeks. Yeah, we can do longer than lifetime. We'll do an afterlife discount, so you'll trade in your afterlife. But Lightspeed's a good broker. I have an account with Lightspeed. It's just not funded. I know. I've opened an account with Lightspeed a long time ago, and then I just never sent them the check. So it's just kind of been sitting there, a just empty account. So, anyways, let me touch on the market with you guys just real quick, and then I'm going to head out the door here. Not really. I'm just going to get off YouTube is all. But so as stated yesterday, I said to everyone, be cautious. Well, not be cautious, but just watch the market for a red day, or at least for it to come down. And that's exactly what happened, because we basically triple topped yesterday in the market. The market ran right up to the 281 price and triple topped, sold off. It has almost closed the gap from like Friday to Monday. The overnight over the weekend gap, it basically filled it. And it's just got an awkward look this morning. I don't see the market moving higher today. I see the market moving lower once again. I mean, I guess I could be wrong. But again, I think we're most likely going to see the market pull back to $275 before we start really trying to push up again. All right, guys. That's all I got for today. Yesterday, I basically messed up the recording video of our trading day. It was a good day. I made like 1,200, and then like midday took a trade on CRON, got up to 1,800. So it was a good day trading, except I left the recording going for like ever. So I picked up a bunch of random stuff. So I didn't even want to edit it. But anyways, we'll have a video of the live recording today. And then market's not open tomorrow, guys. Market is closed for President Bush's call to going away. Like, thank you for your service. I think that's kind of what they're doing, is like a thank you for your service to Mr. Bush. So markets are going to be closed, financial markets. So we don't got work tomorrow, which will probably take that time to get out some more YouTube videos. So yes, we'll have some more videos coming. All right, guys. Anyways, that's all I got for you. Take care. I'll see you guys all tomorrow. I always say that, on Thursday morning. And stay green.